Hello and welcome back to Akira. When we last left off, Tetsuo stole our bike. The bastard. What are you doing? I'm gonna take this to him. Dumbasses! Kaneda! That's enough. Calling in people to attack Tetsuo was just sending them to die. I jumped off and started running. You are... Kay, what happened? Heard Kay scream somewhere underground. Uh-oh. Looked into the river below. Let's take a look. You're from that night. Who? You're from that night. Yeah, let's take a run. I wanted to run up to him, but somehow my body refused to move. Force yourself. Wanted to run up to him, but somehow my body refused to move. Let's try one more time. Body refused to move. Interesting. Check. Kid emerged from the water and approached Kai. Hey, what's up? What are you doing to Kay? Wait, Kay! They vanished. That son of a bitch! Where'd he go? Okay, now we've got some new stuff. I can think. Why is Kay involved with those kids? Why is... Oh, come on. The water was calm. Kay and the kid both disappeared. Yeah... This walkthrough is not great. Power in Akira can exist in anyone. Huh? Who's that? It's all your fault that Tetsuo changed. I began down the slope, but suddenly heard a voice. Oh. But when that power awakens, without any warning, one must decide how to use it. That person has made his choice. Tetsuo is our newest member. He's one of us. Gubo Gabo, Gubo Gabo. What that person knows is also our responsibility. So why in the hell did you take Kay? We want you to help us. Bring Kay back! Tetsuo is not one of you, he's my friend! I'll deal with him myself. Damn it! Damn that Tetsuo, where'd he go? That son of a bitch, where'd he go? Oh, come on. Acquire. Water was calm. This is for Yamagata. Just you wait, along with my bike that you wanted so much. There we go. Move. Town. Okay. So I walked past an electronics store. The TV was showing army helicopters and the reporter was talking. What could be happening to Neo-Tokyo? From these images we see what appears to be a host of military vehicles and a fire. And who could this young man be? Is he fighting against the coup d'etat troops all by himself? Listeners, try to be stronger than these soldiers who are following unjust orders to shut us down. They are trampling on the freedom of the press. It's the bridge! He's crossing in the bridge! The army's here too. They're headed for the Olympic grounds. Stunned onlookers were speaking amongst themselves, walking off in groups. So the military is starting martial law? Yeah, that's not a good thing. Let's head to the school, see what's going on. Came to the bike storage area at school. You're really gonna go by yourself? I bet he wants this. Better wait and see what happens. Hey, Kaneda. Kaneda. I headed for the Olympic grounds. Along the highway, I saw ruins of army tanks that had been demolished by Tetsuo. Ooh, that's pretty heavy. I'm gonna save here. Yeah, let's stop and check things out. I stopped my bike and looked over the area. What the heck is this thing? It's a destroyed laser brigade. Huh. It's an infantry model laser beam. With this thing, I bet I can beat Tetsuo. I held the laser beam at my side and pressed the power switch on the bike. Okay, this definitely sounds like a thing I'm gonna have to save for. Headed for the Olympic grounds. Along one side of the Olympic grounds is a secret entrance for the army. A suspiciously large capsule came into view. Above that giant frozen capsule, Tetsuo and Kai were facing off. You were the one who came with Kaneda! I won't be able to contain his power much longer. In the cold winds, the two unleashed shockwaves. Sparks flew off both of them. Kay was one who had stopped the shockwave. The aura around Kay vanished and she fell. Before long, one of the capsules cracked and began leaking cold air. You could see the contents of the capsule. Inside it were spheres rolling around. Die! Tetsuo's shockwave caused the sample case to fall out of a sphere. What's this? That is Akira. The very same Akira you wanted to meet. Armored vehicles along one side of the stadium, and their commander's voice echoed through the area via a megaphone. After he awakened, we took his body and ran every conceivable test and experiment on it. All that's left of him is in there. The scientists involved in this enigma enclosed all data they gathered, along with samples, and entrusted them to future generations by preserving them in cryogenic capsules. Akira is already dead. Are you satisfied, Tetsuo? Now, come back with us. Shut up! This isn't the time for your science bullshit! I climbed the mountain of rubble and found Tetsuo. Is there some kind of trouble here? It's all finished now. There might be a bit more soon, though. I was still worried about you. Thought you might get in trouble and cry like a baby. Kaneda, man, have you been a pain. Ever since we were kids, you've been ordering me around, always telling me what to do, being the boss all the time. Now it looks like you've become a boss too, the boss of this pile of trash. Kaneda! Hey, watch it. It's rocky around here. Die! Tetsuo's hair began standing on end. Tetsuo was planning to unleash a shockwave. Let's totally use laser. I'm ready to aim on my laser. Laser I fired hit the sample case. Suddenly the sample case released a bright light. The light absorbed rubble and spread out. This light, what is it? The area in front of me became a bright white. So this is Akira. After hitting the sample case, the lasers and energy resonated with Tetsuo's power, resurrecting Akira. Akira's light expanded more and more, enveloping both Akira and Kaneda. Akira! Stop it! The light filled the entire stadium. As the light was reaching the buildings, the destruction of the old town began. The light grew into a massive sphere. Most of the old town had been enveloped by the light. Neo-Tokyo's buildings were flooded by the seawater. The buildings fell one by one as the water reached them. Gradually, morning came. In the middle of the giant cloud, a light shone through. The water began to recede. Neo-Tokyo gradually returned to silence. But it was Kaneda that finally awoke Akira. Neo-Tokyo was moving more and more towards the worst of everything. And that's the bad end of Akira. Yeah, you're not supposed to shoot the canisters. Yeah. Yep. World's destroyed. All my fault. Now we got a nice, smooth, happy jazz kind of song ending this. Doot, doot. Oh, you guys probably want me to do the good ending, right? Yeah, you probably do. Tetsuo suddenly set up a barrier. I fired the laser, but it didn't reach Tetsuo. Huh? It's dead. What's wrong, Kaneda? Damn it, that's dirty. Tetsuo, let's have a fair fight. It's not so bad this way, Kaneda. Now I understand the meaning of regret. Huh? What's this light? Tetsuo's surroundings began to glow and gradually shone brightly. Huh? It was the laser beam fired from Seoul on the orders of the Colonel. Stop it! Confused, I began to run away. The rubble around me shook violently. Tetsuo drew up the mountain of rubble. Then, as Tetsuo was getting back up, his right arm was severed by the beam. Oh, Tetsuo! I lifted one of the rocks and threw it at Tetsuo. Again, the light began to gather. Everything in view shone as bright white. When I opened my eyes, rubble was floating in the air. Tetsuo had set up a barrier and dispersed the beam. Yay or bad? Probably bad. Damn! What is it? Tetsuo jumped up, leaving the atmosphere. Tetsuo had left to destroy the Seoul satellite. Ow! The barrier rubble had fallen. I ran my way through the rubble. Zap! But before I even noticed, the rubble had been destroyed by a beam. pile of rubble was hit by the beam. The beam had come incredibly close already. Save me, Kay! Let's take a look. Actually, let's save here. Hide? I ducked in between the rubble. Zap! The beam hit Kaneda directly. Not a good thing to do. Let's, turn around? Wonder how far it'll come. I looked over at the beam to figure it out. Zap! The beam hit Kaneda directly. Yeah, don't do that. But you can take a look. Kay was on Kai's bike and they came up in front of me. Yeah, let's yell. Kai! Kay! Kai and Kay noticed me. Kaneda! Hop on! There's no room! Come on, quick! Okay. Baka! Ugh! Ah! Shoo! The beam swept over us, but disappeared. Near the setting sun, a glistening star could be seen. Soul Satellite. Tetsuo destroyed the Soul Satellite. He's that powerful already? When Tetsuo's strength has reached its peak, then we will try, but I wonder if it will work. There is not only one path to the future. Surely there is a future that we can choose to work towards. Maybe. We took a brief break near the toll booth in the highway. It was already nighttime. Well, let's see here. We can stare, we can ponder, we can talk, we can take a peek. Yeah, let's think about what's going on. I bet Tetsuo's back to playing King of the Mountain again. Probably. Oh, he's still got a sweet laser. Damn, just when this laser beam was becoming useful, it went and broke on me. No. Let's ask, Kai, about the bike. Isn't there a way you can recharge the laser using the bike? No. Maybe. If you want to recharge it, leave it to me. Ugh, damn it all. Battery. My bike's burning up. What should we do with the... What, should we do it with one or two of them? Wouldn't it be better to just use my bike if you're not sure? Oh, you heard that? I've been listening for a while. The bike's already running. Let's take a look over at Kay. Kay, who has been watching us getting that far, slowly opened up her mouth. Here, take this. Kay handed me a mirror. It seemed to sparkle in the dark of night. I went back to the Olympic grounds. Vroom! While holding the laser, I drove towards the Olympic Stadium. Yep, we're getting close to the end game here. I finally found Tetsuo. A bizarre mass was where Tetsuo's right arm had been. It was attacking the army lackeys. I punched through the blob surrounding those army jerks with my laser. Tetsuo! Kaneda! Ah, yes. Akira. In 2 lines. Set up the laser beam again. Tetsuo, I'll put you out of your misery. Yeah, let's pray. Namakusa Amate. I can never remember that mantra. Kaneda! You're the one who will be put out of his misery. Tetsuo's hair is standing on end. Tetsuo is planning to unleash a shockwave. Whoosh! The shockwave hit Kaneda. Ah! Kaneda met an untimely end. Okay, we'll do this right. First, we have to just think about what we're gonna do. That's right. I have the mirror that Kay gave me earlier. Okay. Let's take a look. I've had enough of Tetsuo's bossy attitude. The weird thing on his arm started growing. It already grew around the army lackeys from before. Wasn't his right arm severed before? Could it have missed? Well, let's throw left. I tossed the mirror next to Tetsuo. Okay, so we're being sneaky here. I readied the aim on my laser. Okay, there we go. Bing! Shoom! The laser reflected off the mirror. Laser hit Tetsuo's right arm. Ah! But Tetsuo sprang up after the recoil. After levitating in the air, he went into a dive. I went full speed in reverse of the pile of rubble. With me so close, Tetsuo attacked me with his body. The floor of the stadium was destroyed. I hit the brakes partway through the rubble. I tried to make another decision and aimed the laser at his body. Oh. Tetsuo collapsed and started to twitch. The laser hit his right arm, and the area began to swell oddly. Tetsuo began transforming into a monster. He began to grow rapidly, unable to control the flow of his energy. A sudden swelling of muscle burst through his skin. Tetsuo seemed to be turning into a giant blob of flesh. Kaneda, help me, please! Tetsuo, what did you do? Well, let's take a look. Tetsuo, who had changed into a monster, moaned painfully. Only Tetsuo's face remained human as the rest of him turned into a fleshy blob. The fleshy blob let out a scream. Stop it! Tentacles sprung forth from the blob of flesh. They stopped me in my tracks, dragging me in. Inside the blob, I heard Tetsuo's moaning. Can't control body! Tetsuo! Kaneda! Run! Shit! Gah! Kikyo, Masaru, and Takashi were standing firm at the edge of the stadium as the blob began to fill it. In front of them, there was a sample case. The sample case cracked, and a fluid boiled forth from inside. The fluid that had spread on the floor seethed and then began to emit a strange light. It's Akira. The light from Akira sprang forth. It spread more and more until it covered the three of them. Kaneda! Tetsuo! Tetsuo began to absorb the light. I ran over towards him, but a kid grabbed my hand. No, don't do it. If you go now, there will be no way to return. Heck with it. I'm going. I knocked the kid down and ran towards the light. Stop it! Kaneda struggled, but he was finally consumed by the light. The light filled the entire stadium. As the light was reaching the buildings, the destruction of the old town began. The light grew into a massive sphere. Most of the old town had been enveloped by the light. Kai and Kay were at the highway's toll booth. And they were all in the old town, staring at the expanding bright light. This is bad. We gotta get out of here. Kaneda! Kaneda! The light gave off a groan and began to erode the old town. The buildings were enveloped, and the rubble billboards and army tanks alike were absorbed and vaporized. The old town had been mostly destroyed. I drifted about in the light. My life began to flash before my eyes. You see, you're just not digging in enough. You take the corner like you want to die. Here, watch. What do you mean? It's the cornering. Hey, Tetsuo. Oh, look, he's back. Is he a transfer student? He's just cast aside. He looks like he's been through a lot. Are you dreaming, Tetsuo? The new guys around here are always getting beat up. It happened again today. I got hit too, but that's another guy. That other guy was really weak. Hey, Tetsuo. Tetsuo Shinma. You know what? I'm new here too. My name is... Suddenly I saw those kids. They were playing in a room that looked like a laboratory. Across from the kids was another one I hadn't seen before. He was smiling. So, this is Akira. The area around me began to distort and warp. Ah, Kay! Ah, glub. Kaneda was enveloped by Akira, and his very being annihilated. An enormous ball of light appeared over Neo-Tokyo. Soon, the top of the ball grew dark. It resembled a black hole. The ball of light was completely surrounded by the darkness. The cloud advancing towards the center expanded. The sphere of darkness covered Neo-Tokyo's buildings and destroyed them. A giant crater appeared in the area that had once been Neo-Tokyo's center. The sphere of darkness grew over Neo-Tokyo and expanded up to the ocean. Neo-Tokyo's buildings were flooded by the seawater. The buildings fell one by one as the water reached them. Gradually, morning came, and in the middle of the giant cloud, a light shone through. The water began to recede. Neo-Tokyo returned to silence. Everything was completely destroyed. What would happen if the two powers collided? Akira and Tetsuo regenerated inside the rubble. So we finally meet Akira. With the destruction of Neo-Tokyo, the new story of Akira had begun. The Great Tokyo Empire. All hail Emperor Akira. You know, this end credits music is still not particularly good. Well, it doesn't match the mood. But that is Akira. Yeah, it really just follows the movie, which is fine. And yeah, it's like Shadowgate. You know, you do anything wrong and, you know, you're gonna get a bad end immediately. But, yeah, it's fun. And apparently this is what happens over in Tokyo in a couple of months. So, when we come back, something still, you know, cyberpunkish, but just a little bit different. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Have a good one.